Everybody don't think like that.
Well, God bless them.
So
Everybody ain't gonna make it, man. Somebody gonna be standing in front of stove trying to sell cigarettes, trying to ask for cigarettes. Mm-hmm. That's just what it is. Like, I want all of us to make it, but what's everybody's make it?
That's true. It is subjective.
What is it? My grandparents, I remember my wife saying, she said, y'all was rich. I'm like, rich? I'm like, you had Jordans at high school. Only Jordans I had, I stole out of the locker. And she said, y'all had 2 RVs in your lifetime. Y'all took vacations. And then I realized the richness of our life, because my grandparents were older when they had me and my sisters. It was truly a rich life. We didn't get the spoilage of material things, but we had experiences. And what I'm trying to tell people here is, and I'm not talking about abject poverty, but I'm talking about typical worker class people in this country. We have the ability, if we're willing to restrict some of the things that give us immediate pleasure, we're able to give ourselves and our children greater experience.
And that's where you're going to catch the issue.
Well, I'm not going to catch no issue.
No,
I'm going to do it. Yeah.
As people, that's where we catch the issue, because you talk about instant gratification. When attention is the new currency, instant gratification is the drug.
I think black people got it, man. I got to give us credit for trying. We learning, and we understanding, but we can't keep beating ourselves up. We can't keep saying we don't when we do.
Beating ourselves up versus being realistic. I don't know if we're beating
What's being realistic? Y'all been free 60 years.
And?
What's 60 years?
And
what's 60 years?
And?
What's 60 years?
Do something.
What haven't we done?
Do something with.
What haven't we done?
Put together that susu you was just talking
about. It's gonna happen.
Gonna happen.
Yeah, absolutely. It's happening.
Why hasn't it happened already?
It's happening with the Nation of Islam. When the last time you bought a final call?
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? We always want to start. I mean, this is what I'm not doing. Yeah, everybody go buy a final call tomorrow. Everybody who watch this. The Muslims shouldn't have no papers in their hand tomorrow. Because you know what the Muslims gonna do with the money?
True.
They're gonna create other Muslims.
True.
You know what the Muslims gonna do? They're gonna keep your neighborhood safe. They're gonna show your little girl ain't nothing wrong with wearing a long dress. Mm-hmm. They're gonna teach your children they're the original people on earth. So you know what that little $2 gonna do. So go and spend that little $2.
True.
That's it. True. Find an organization that's doing the work and support the organization.
So it's more so of a mindset, in your opinion.
That's all it is. That's all it's
ever been. It
just
needs to shift.
That's it. Just all it is. It just do a little bit more, man. You know, it took us coming off the fields to say, okay, I'm not a slave no more, but I sharecrop. And this is my family. My great-grandparents born to people who were enslaved. They sharecropped. They bought their first farm in 1948. That farm is still in our family to this day. Now we're not farming it, but they grow trees on it. They cut us a little check. Every January you might get $500, might go buy some trees with the little check you get or put in an investment account. But when I talk about, people talk about leaving wealth and shit. Wealth is just being able to leave your children a house or some property. Something to bond your ass out of jail on. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Something to take a loan out against to start your first. But I think that we think that we're going to be the Rockefellers in one generation. And we don't understand that the plan the Rockefellers or the Kennedys or the Clintons have, or the Bushes have had. Like Prescott Bush leads to George Bush Sr., leads to the other Bush boys. Joe Kennedy leads to John Kennedy, leads to Bobby. Now you see the Kennedy still. You need to be thinking like that. When my great-grandparents bought that farm in 1948, they didn't even know who I was going to be, but they had already thought about me. And I think we need to start thinking like that,
Instant gratification is a rough one to get past.
I think we can get, or we just junkies and just admit we're a junkie. I'm a J. I got to get this shit off. I bet you start saying that to yourself, you operate differently. I'm a geek monster. That's why I keep doing this shit, fucking up this bread, because I'm a junkie. Then you can't look at junkies bad. You got to look at yourself as one too.
That's true.
Speaking of junkies, no, that's not fair. That's not fair.
What?
That's not fair. I was going to talk. We're in a time now where the junkie is actually not that bad of a guy. Yeah,
that has never not been true. Look at disco. What they did, cocaine and dance.
Even before that.
Huh? You know what I'm saying? What they did, they did cocaine to dance their ass off. And then in the 80s, man, nigga talk about busting down, niggas talking about selling dope. Selling dope became an addiction.
Yeah, but it wasn't using it. The user and the abuse, the selling and the using was two different
alcoholics.
Things. Say it again?
They became alcoholics. All the niggas selling that powder of snow, man. All the niggas ain't got no nose today. A lot of them niggas got on dope. Look at the end of Snowfall. That's what I did like about the end. It showed you the greatest dope ain't even cocaine. The greatest dope is what you can go in that liquor store and buy. Alcoholism. Your ego. your insecurities, and that sugar and that alcohol. That dope your brain up every time. You still the man. That's why drunks act like that.
Yeah, but you can open up a liquor store. You can't open up a Coke store.
Yes, so you can.
No, you can't open up.
It's gonna be legal in your lifetime.
Yeah, you can't open up.
I bet you it's gonna be legal in your lifetime.
I'm talking about right now.
You gonna be able to bust
up.
down. Weed legal. I never thought I seen niggas. I seen 14 niggas smoking on the corner today.
I knew that was coming.
I didn't. I couldn't have predicted that.
How could you not know that was coming?
Man, please. These white folks love locking y'all up.
Yeah, but they also love weed.
It was so easy to lock y'all up weed. They wasn't searching. They ain't had no roadblocks in no white neighborhood. We went no roadblocks on Long Island. Roadblocks was in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Harlem. Yeah, so my thing is all things possible, but stop being so hard on yourself and hard on each other. Give yourself some grace, man. You know, you ain't no different. Like we say, you know, we talking about these kids on these pills. Shit, what we was doing with 40s. Yeah, here now everybody drinking, everybody got a little cup, everybody got a little alcohol. You know what that shit doing to you. Yeah, ain't stopping for drinking. All y'all niggas in here drinking.
He's talking to y'all.
Yeah, all right, whatever.
Hey, I'm telling you, niggas who don't do
talking to
drugs,
y'all.
I bet y'all know his dictionary. You like girls, don't you?
Who don't like
Nigga
girls?
done bought some pussy. Best believe. This nigga done purchased some pussy in the last 60 days. You know what I'm saying? It don't. Nobody escaped the well, man. Everybody got something. And you have to discipline yourself around it.
It's not girls.
Shit.
It's not girls.
It ain't girls. Where's it boy?
No,
Oh, my bad. We being progressive. I thought we being progressive.
Jesus H. Christ.
My bad. We being progressive.
Jesus H. Christ. My vice isn't girls.
Okay.
If we're talking about vices,
What's your vice? What's your
isn't
vice?
girls.
Don't tell me no workout, no lying shit either. Give me a real vice.
No, it ain't. I wouldn't call that. If a vice is something, and my definition of a vice has always been something that you do to your detriment.
What
Right? You should stop doing it.
What you do?
But it's to your detriment. Probably, hip hop's not a vice. Fighting is probably my vice.
So you fight?
I fight a
like
lot.
Street Fighter, you do boxing?
No, I get injured and I don't stop. So that's probably what I would call. If it's something that you do to your detriment,
right.
If I get all these injuries and still want to go back in there, I'd say that counts as a vice.
I got you.
I've never tried to drink. I've never tried to smoke. Like none of that. I don't even take aspirin for a headache.
Yeah.
But
so the dopamine of fighting is what gets you though.
If I gotta call a vice, that's probably it.
What's yours, Mike?
Who mine?
Yeah.
Oh, I got 2 minutes of list. Yeah, I like it all. As you can tell, I like to eat. I lost the weight trying to like it all. You know, drugs feel real good, but I can't do that. You can't do it all. But you know, I like a lot.
Which vice do you indulge in?
What? I smoke marijuana, not as much as I used to. Mm-hmm. But you know, I like, you know, you can't like, I say whiskey, weed, and women. Stay 2 of the 3. You can't like them all. You know what I mean? So, you know, for me, the Blue Flame, I go see girls, go hang out with the wife shit. We see some cool shit. Hang out with a bunch of girls, see some cool shit. I just smoke some marijuana. I try to stay away from the whiskey. You know what I mean? But my real vice is probably, man, I love black folks so much. You know,
to your detriment.
To my detriment at times. You know, I love us, man. God knows I love us.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf.